What's up, guys? What's up, guys? So today I want to be going over the Dembele and Griezmann debacle that's been occurring at Barcelona. I'm going to be talking about it from a card collecting perspective. I can go all day onto the morals and what they did and how it was bad, but today I want to really focus on the card analysis and what I believe is going to happen to both of these two players' cards. Now, of course, you've probably heard that Griezmann and Ousmane Dembele, they were caught in a video where they were saying some negative and racist remarks against Asians. And of course, Barcelona's biggest sponsor is Rakuten, which is a Japanese company. So this is really bad situation for these two guys. Like at my job, if I get my boss yelled at by his boss, I'm in trouble, right? And so this is the type of situation that they're in. It's not a very typical kind of situation where like a soccer player might get caught for a scandal or did something out at a club. No, this involves management, and management is probably getting yelled at for what they did. So I do see in the near future, I do see like in the near future that these two players are going to get transferred. Probably Dembele on a loan because you probably can't get anything for him at this point. But I'm going to be analyzing both of these two players in a moment. Now, as you probably have also heard, Barcelona is not doing well financially. It's a mess. And it's because they're no longer following the Barcelona way. And what I mean by the Barcelona way is that they used to develop and just create their own players from their own development programs. Messi, Iniesta, Xavi, Puyol, all these legends came from their schools, but now they're just trying to get the next Messi by transfer, Coutinho, Dembele. It's not the way that they've traditionally followed, and now they're in a big financial hole, and they're gonna have to sell off players. And this coronavirus situation, it didn't help their situation at all. And so right now, their focus is on money and how to reduce the wage bill. And like I said earlier, Rakuten is their biggest sponsor. So in a time of financial difficulty, now you're also making your largest sponsor very angry. So not a good situation. So first I want to be analyzing Antoine Griezmann. And in my opinion, his cards are still underpriced. We're kind of seeing the end of his, I guess, career, not really end, but the twilight of his career. His peak was really at Atletico Madrid around 2016, where he was third place for Ballon d'Or, Best Player Award for La Liga, and also Best FIFA's Men's Player that year. So this was clearly his year, and he's an Atletico Madrid legend as well as a French legend for winning the World Cup. And so I do think that he has cemented his place within history. Of course, this news does not help at all. However, in terms of his performance, in terms of his achievements, I do believe that he has a resume to speak for. Now, when we go to Ousmane Dembele, it's the complete opposite. He's been the reason why he's even at Barcelona is all based on his potential, right? And so, of course, we see this transfer fee from Dortmund for over 100 million euros. And I just think Dortmund's, like I said, is doing what Barcelona traditionally did: grow their own players, sell them, and just be able to run their finances in that way. And so far at Barcelona, he's been a disappointment. He's been injury prone, and also there's been criticism of him lacking professionalism, lacking work ethic, and trying to get better at his profession. And just going over really quickly about his injury proneness, this is from his early years at Barcelona when a lot of the Barcelona fanboys were saying that, yeah, this guy's the next Neymar. We need the I mean, of course, if you look at his play, you can't deny it. There's a lot of potential. He has pace, he has creativity, he has every ingredient you need, except it's not working. I mean, the poor work ethic and injury prone, like I've seen this so many times in soccer and basketball. You see so many players with the potential, but they don't achieve it. Maybe it requires a lot of mental maturity, sacrifice. Certainly at that age, I didn't have it, so I don't blame him for not having it. But once again, this is a knock on him, and I just don't believe in these future next Messis, right? We've seen it with Coutinho. Like these guys, they're trying to replicate the MSN, Luis Suarez, Neymar, Messi, but so far Barcelona's been really struggling at finding players to fit their positions. And I want to quickly go over two legends really quickly and things that they did. Now, you can argue that what they did is probably worse than what Dembele and Antonio Griezmann did. So Ryan Giggs, if you didn't know, he cheated on his brother's wife. Um, yeah, like those are just one of those things that you can't forgive. And even a lot of the times you see these cards because he's from England, there's a little bit of like an inflation, I guess you could say. However, with Ryan Giggs, I just think that even English people, they don't want to claim him as their own because of the things that they did. And it's honestly unforgivable what he did. And so as you can see now on eBay, you can still see his rookie cards for going super cheap. And Ryan Giggs, when we just talk about the performance, what he did on the pitch, he's an absolute legend, both on the England side and on the Manchester United side. However, cheating on your brother's wife, you can't recover from that. And so as you can see, even though this guy's an absolute legend, his cards are going for super cheap right now on eBay, and it's just because, yeah, you just can't come back from what he did. Next, I want to talk about is John Terry. Once again, probably you could say much worse than what Dembele and Antonio Griezmann did. He cheated on his best friend and his teammate's wife. And of course, this created a huge shock with the England squad at the time because he was the captain. And just from a performance standpoint, I was a defender growing up, so I really looked up to John Terry. But there's some kind of code whenever you're on a team that you don't mess with people's girlfriends, you don't mess with your teammates' wives, and uh, this is once again is one of those unwritten rules that he broke, and society does not look at it lightly. And John Terry's price currently on eBay is still very cheap. I mean, this is his World Cup RC, not his true RC. However, I mean, probably one of the best defenders that England has seen in the last decade. However, this price does not reflect it. And it just really goes to show that society really remembers what these players did, not just on the field and off the field. So this video is really just to kind of also emphasize the fact that when we talk about modern players and not vintage, that we always talk about the performance on the field, the injuries. However, we don't talk about the PR, what they do off the field. And obviously, John Terry did not help his case. And so I just want this to be like a history lesson. I'm not saying that Antoine Griezmann and Dembele, they're lost causes, but I just want you to be aware of the risks involved if you're gonna still hold these guys or invest into these two guys. So in conclusion, I really believe that you should probably sell Antoine Griezmann and Dembele upon news of transfer alone. Right now, I think the prices are rock bottom. I think a lot of people are trying to get rid of them. They and once they transfer somewhere, I think Anton Griezmann's really tied to a lot of these English clubs, Manchester City, Manchester United, Chelsea. We'll see where he goes. However, I do think that that's going to be probably within the month or two. He's definitely a lot more easier to transfer than Dembele. When it comes to Dembele, it's going to be difficult. I mean, just because of his price tag that he came with, 100 million euros, right? And I think before all this news came out, Barcelona would have been lucky to get half. But at this point, I would be surprised if they even got a third. And so I do think what they're going to end up doing is transferring out, trying to get back his credibility, trying to get him to have a season of good performance, probably hoping and praying that he doesn't get injured and try to sell him and flip him in the market next year. But in my opinion, Griezmann has a better chance than Dembele of surviving this market. The reason why is because Griezmann has a resume. He's done things. He's won the World Cup. He's accomplished many great things at Atletico Madrid. Dembele, on the other hand, injury prone, bad, poor work ethic, and also this is his make or break season, guys. If he doesn't perform well this year, then you're gonna see these prices just plummet. And so I do believe that if you're gonna bet on either Antoine Griezmann or Dembele, Antoine Griezmann definitely has a better chance of surviving this ordeal. However, I don't believe in holding these two guys at the current moment. And so yeah, that's about it in terms of my video. I hope you learned a thing or two. And yeah, in my opinion right now, currently in terms of Griezmann and Dembele, I am not bullish in either one of these guys. And yeah, that's about it, guys.